Alright, good day everyone. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I think I would like to talk about my personal life, which is working in the airline industry and base maintenance environment. So, I'm just showing you this video and bring you through what we actually do and stuff like that lah. So in this video, we are removing the power plant. We refer engine as power plant or engine, but in a technical term it's called power plant. Okay, so here we are preparing the removal of the power plant. As you can see, the yellow color beam on top, okay, that's what we call a bootstrap. Okay, so that's a series of three beams that are attached to the pylon on top of the wing. Okay, so that actually supports the engine when we remove the removal process lah. So I will include the picture of the bootstrap. Okay, so basically we are preparing everything lah before removal. Okay, so there you go, this is what we call the bootstrap. Okay, so we have the main bootstrap, and can you see the meters down there? That's what we call dynamo meters. Okay, so that meter actually shows how much of load on each side we have. Okay, right, so this is after we prepared everything. So this is what we call an engine stand. Okay, engine stand, transportation stand, whatever you call it. Okay, so this is where the actual power plant will sit after we remove the engine and prepare for transportation and stuff like that lah. Okay, so yeah, as you can see now, we are adjusting the angle of the engine stand. So because it's a very tedious job, you need to be very precise on each and every move that you take. Right, so basically it's quite a tiring job. This entire video that I made a time lapse was about 7 to 8 hours, just removal alone lah. And we were not rushing, so it was we was taking our own sweet time because we had 2 days downtime to change the engine. Okay, so as you can see, that guy is cranking up the chain. So that's where when you crank up, the engine goes up. So when you crank it down, the engine comes down. So okay, this particular model of the aircraft, so this is 737 classic. Okay, so throughout the 737 variants, we have four variants, which is the 737 100 and 200. So that is the Jurassic category. Okay, and then this category, the 737 300, 400 and 500 variant, is called the classic variant. Okay, on top of that, 737 next generation, which is the NG lah. NG is basically starts from 600, 700, 800, 900 and 900 ER. Okay, extended range. And then the latest variant is the 737 Max lah, which didn't go pretty well because of the two crash, which is the Lion Air and the Ethiopian airline. So that is the variants. I mean, pretty basic. Like, I cannot go very detailed. I'm trying my best to keep it as novice as possible, so for you guys to understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, so basically now we are preloading the engine, which means that we are cranking it up, so the chain actually takes up some of the load from the engine mounting. Okay, on this specific model, the classic variants, we have three mountings. One is on the forward inboard, forward aft, and the center aft. Okay, so there's only three mountings here, unlike the 737 NG. Okay, that's a bit different. Okay, you have 2, 4, I think 6, if I'm not mistaken. I can't really recall it by now. So yeah, that's the preloading process. Okay, and that's my engineer. Okay, because I don't have the type rating for this particular aircraft. My type rating is on 737 NG variants. So he's quite a senior guy, and as you can see, I'm removing the pipelines and the bleed lines, the fuel lines, the hydraulic lines, some of the electrical connectors and stuff like that lah. And then as usual, whatever you do as a technician, or just you are there to assist or whatsoever, the engineers will always come and double check. So because You don't want things to go wrong when you removing the engine, and somehow somebody forgot to remove a pipeline, and then when you remove that, it's gonna, it's gonna be very messy lah. Okay, so what happens is when you remove the engine down and the pipelines are still hooked and stuff like that, it's gonna snap right away. Okay, and the fuel is going to be pouring all over the floor, and the hydraulics will be down, and it's a bad scene. Okay, so you don't want that. So basically now I guess we are taking rest here. So yeah, that's about it. And I still don't know what we are doing here, because it was 6 hours video, and this video was taken in 2018. Okay, all right, so now I can see we removed the bolts already. As you can see, the engine is coming down now. All right, so there'll be two crews. One crew will be cranking, and one crew will be monitoring the engine stand below. So because you have to sit properly lah. So the engineer will give a command, so which cranking guy should be lowering more than the other guy, or it should be synchronized, or okay, whatsoever lah. So he has to dictate the flow of removing the engine. So as you can see now, in a while the wing will go up a little bit right after we deload the engine from the chains. Okay, I hope I recorded that. So let's see. Okay, can you see the wing is actually going up? Right, it actually went up a little bit. Okay, because now this engine is probably about 5 tons or 3. I'm not very sure about this classic variant. So yeah, that's how you remove the engines. And okay, fun fact, this is what we call the cone bolt. Okay, so this is the mounting engine the mounting for the engine. So we'll have 2 front cone bolts and aft, if I'm not mistaken. So yep, that is the reverser cowls. You can see, okay, that is the pre-cooler. All right, you can see the bootstrap of the back of the engine. Okay, all right, so I'm just doing a walk around here and see, trying to getting some good angles of the power plant, the removal step. Okay, so let me see what I can show you here. Okay, so well, this is my area 51. I cannot mention my workplace name, so there you go. Now I'm walking towards the engine. So it's a successful job. Took about 8 hours. We started at 9 o'clock and we finished around roughly about 4 o'clock in the morning. So this is the CFM 56-3. Okay, this is an old engine. Compared to my type rating is CFM 56-7B. Okay, a lot of changes. All right, maybe I can include a bare engine of CFM 56-7B, so you guys can compare how much it has changed compared to this CFM 56-3. It looks more sophisticated and more mechanical parts compared to the next generation variant, which is not fully electronic. Most of it is controlled by electronics, but on this particular model it's fully hydromechanical. Okay, everything is cabled, everything requires rigging, so it's a bit of hassle now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments if I should post more aviation stuff. So yeah guys, have a great day and stay safe. See you all.